Okay, here's some of the yarn paintings, and I'll tell you this story because it's an interesting story, and I just have a few photos left to go. A few, photos in the album left to go. And these are the yarn paintings. And these archaeologists had these Native Americans record their story, their mythology, their history. They've been doing it for years, and these Indians were famous among the archaeologists as storytellers and the Huichols. And again, that's some of their, just the way they do things. And there's the women washing in the creek. And I'm experimenting with this camera, trying to find a happy medium with videotaping. And this was like a meeting of them, like a festival. They'd have small festivals where someone would shoot a deer or someone would celebrate something and invite the whole village. And then again, this is the countryside with the huts in it. And, I don't know how these are even going to come out. I tried it in the shed, now I'm trying it outside. So I went there to visit. A friend of mine who was an archaeologist recommended them, and I went up to visit with an introduction, and they just welcomed me into their village. And it was kind of remote at the time. It was hard to get there by car. I got there, but not many people had. And there's a shaman, and he's doing a curing ritual. So I talked to the head shaman, who was Don Jose, for the village, and I asked him, I said, I thank you for letting me stay in your village and, spend time with your people. Is there anything I can do? And he said, yeah. He says, you could buy some artwork, and you could help us out that way. And that's Don Jose right there. And so Don Jose said, by buying the artwork, you help us out, and then you can take it home and sell it. So there's Don Jose's foot. I found it interesting to see the feet. And when you see the territory these people go through, it's incredible. What they're doing. So anyway, it's a waterfall. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm going to try to do the best I can to get the pictures. These are the guys. These are the young guys that I hung out with. I'm a big suburban guy. That was my Suburban at the time. There's my dog Jack, and we're up in the mountains, and these are the guys. These are the young guys that I spent time with. And some of them were artists, and some of them were shamans and wanted to be shamans. And this was a woman who, was real nice. They were all real nice. But that was what Don Jose said, that I could help them out by buying their artwork. But you can see how beautiful. I will try to do a better one later, but this is just like a salvage. They have salvage archaeology. This is salvage of my photos. And these were just friends in the desert, and we went to visit the desert and did a pilgrimage. It's part of their deal. That was one of my friends. He was a shaman. They were all shamans. Somebody wrote a book about them sometime. It said a nation of shamans, that each individual, and they had like an oral tradition. So they each would correct each other when somebody was telling a story. They're great storytellers. And these guys go back to the time of the Aztecs, or before. And the Aztecs talked about them and said they could see into the future. Just pretty incredible. And look at the men. They were all right there. And that's Eligio, one of my friends. And there they are, collecting peyote out in the desert. That's with some of the artist friends that did the yarn paintings. But to finish the story is that I said, I don't know how I'm going to sell this stuff, when I get back, and I don't know. So I went to Mexico, loaded the back of my truck up with stuff, And that's how they lived. It was just very picturesque. You know, so there's Don Jose. Told me to buy all this stuff, I'd be able to sell it. I got home a day later, somebody came and offered to buy it all. So I just doubled the amount I paid for it, and then they took it to their shop and they doubled the amount they paid for it, and they all made money. Everybody made money. And this little old man said, yeah, buy our artwork. It'll work. So is it magic? I don't know, but it's about as close as I've come to magic. Bye.